what's up with it? You watching the Bang Bomber TV, and yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Warren Cali, and the title is The Story of Actor Tyrin Turner, came from Menace to Society. Yeah, man, you know, that's a super hood classic right there, man, you know what I mean? What you say about my mama, you feel sorry for who? Don't lie, man, I think that movie probably influenced a lot of hood shit, man, for real though. I remember being a kid walking around quoting the movie and shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't lie, man, I think he played this role so damn good until it kind of like hindered his career possibly, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think he had the potential to go further damn near, man. But I ain't gonna lie, when you play certain roles and stuff sometimes with actors, they just want them to play that certain kind of role all the time. Definitely think the movie a classic, but I do possibly think it could have hindered his career a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video. Don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail the story of actor Tyrin Turner. Tyrin would be born and raised in South Central LA and grew up on 51st and Hoover in a fight with Hoover's turf. Tyrin wouldn't join the Hoovers, but would grow up with all the Hoovers in his area and be friends with many of them. He stayed away from the gang lifestyle, but in the area that he lived in, he would gain street smarts and learn how to conduct himself in the streets. Growing up in school, Tyrin was a class clown and always wanted to be seen and make people laugh. One day, Tyrin would go with his cousin to an acting workshop where the teachers would say he was a natural. This would lead to Tyrin wanting to be an actor and taking it serious. In 1989, Janet Jackson was a star singer and was having auditions for her song Rhythm Nation, and Tyrin would catch the bus and went to audition for Janet Jackson herself, and she would pick him for a role in the video. This would lead to Tyrin getting 2 roles in 1990, one being in America's Most Wanted show, playing a gang member, as well as a segment for basketball player Michael Jordan, and a segment called Michael Jordan's Playground. With Tyrin building momentum in his career, he would audition for a future legendary movie called Boys in the Hood, which was directed by John Singleton. Boys in the Hood follows the lives of young boys growing up in the hood and the adversity they face growing up in a tough environment. The movie starred Lawrence Fishburne, Angela Bassett, Ice Cube, Morris Chestnut, Nia Long, and Cuba Gooding Jr., who was the star of the movie, playing Trey Styles. Tyrin would audition for the role of Trey in the movie, but would lose out to Cuba. Boys in the Hood would come out in 1991. 1992, Tyrin would have 3 roles that year, playing in 2 movies, one being Deep Cover, where he acted as a drug dealer, in a movie called Judgment, where he played a role as a man named Titus. Also in that same year, he played on a show called Jake and the Fat Man. In 1993, Tyrin had a role on Hanging with Mr. Cooper as a kid named Lewis, but his biggest role in his whole career would come that same year, and that role was in Menace to Society as the character Kane. Directors of Menace to Society, the Hughes brothers handpicked Tyrin as the role of Kane, as they seen him in America's Most Wanted and knew he was the right choice for the role. At that point in his career, Tyrin didn't know if acting was going to be a success, but for him, this would be his big break. Menace to Society was just like Boys in the Hood and captured real life and what was going on in urban communities with many youths. Tyrin's character Kane will go through a lot throughout the movie, from deaths, losing family, and friends, being in the streets and what came with it, and what downfalls and decisions come with life. This role showed Tyrin's acting range and what he could do as an actor. The movie had many actors like Jada Pinkett, Lorenz Tate, Clifton Powell, and many rappers like Too Short, MC8, MC Pooh, and several others. Menace to Society will go on to be a classic film, and is still loved today.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Even though this was just like a movie, man, Kane and Old Dog, man, it's hood legends, man, for real. Just from a movie, though, you know what I'm saying? Man, tell me if I'm lying in the comments, you know what I'm saying?
In 1995, Tyrin would act in 8 roles and appearances in TV shows like Fallen Angels, Chicago Hope, and a CBS special. He would even be in rappers' videos like Scarface, Cypress Hill Illusions video, Deep's Lockdown video, and 2 films being Panther and Soulja Boy. In 96, he will also appear in Don't Be Wasting My Time by Mona Lisa in a movie called Method. In 1997 and 98, Tyrin played in TV show New York Undercover and made appearances in music videos for rappers like Sibo, the Ghetto Boys, and Scarface again. He also appeared in movies like Little Boy Blue, and another well-known movie will come for Tyrin. He played in a movie called Belly that came out in 1998. Belly was another classic movie that starred rappers Nas and DMX, and also featured other people like Method Man and T-Boss from TLC, among others. Tyron's role as Big Head Rico would be an iconic role in Belly, off his lines and how he acted and how he looked.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Definitely was an epic role. And the funny thing about it, though, man, I didn't even know that was him until like damn near not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely remember his parts in this movie, but I didn't even know that was him, man, to be honest with you, for real.
Big Head Rico was a snitch and a notorious hater, so Tyron didn't like that role after being promised a lead role, which later became DMX's part in the movie. Tyron even tried to ruin the movie, but it made it an even bigger success.
Man.
And so then we get there and
So he was on some
it's
bullshit.
this dude he's like a snitch, and I'm like, okay, so I'm just annoyed at the character. I'm like, man, I want to really be like the lead character that you promised me. I went and got a banana, start off. I'm drop down. I don't like them. I'm just saying. I'm just being ignorant with it.
That shit was successful.
It blew up.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that became big, man.
But I didn't know it was gonna come off like that. I'm like being extra. I know I'm being a hater, but I know I'm smacking. Oh, you know, I know I'm doing all that, and that's me just trying to put tens on it, and then it just turned out to be just some weird ass hungry, banana biting, hating ass people. You know what I'm saying? Person.
Right. All that was intentional when you were smacking it like that.
Yeah, that was all intentional. I don't like that. Like that because
like
you can't write that. What can you write? Tell me where that you can write something like that. You can't write that.
Nah, you right about that, man. You definitely can't.
Tyron would even try his hand at rapping, but outside of acting and rapping, he always found himself in the mix of some problems in Hollywood and having some altercations with many high-profile celebrities, one being Suge Knight over a woman.
Speaking of Suge Knight, right? I heard you and Suge Knight had a run-in. Is that true?
So, me and Dalvin. So, I don't know. It was right after Tupac had passed away, and he called Dalvin from Jodeci's phone and said, "I want to talk to Tyrin." And I'm like, so I'm at Dalvin's house and Dalvin like, it's Suge. I'm like, Suge? He said, yeah, Suge on the phone. Like, okay, so I get the phone or whatever, and Suge was talking his Suge stuff or whatever, and then I was like, what? I thought it was I think it was over a female or something at the time. He was like, I thought this was I said on the phone, I thought this was money over bitches. And so, oh, you a comedian? Oh, you think you funny? And then I hung up the phone. He went to jail. He never forgot that conversation. 9 years later, he came back. We at the club.
That hurt that nigga.
I'm in the club. He sees me. We catch eyes. He pushes Busta Rhymes out the way to get to me. Like he did. It was just like he did in slow motion.
That was
cigar,
skinny Busta though.
Shoulder moving like that. He said, "Why you looking hostile?" We looking at each other eye to eye. Like he said, "Why you looking hostile?" And I'm just looking at him. He got like a gang of bloods around him. I look him and we just looking at each other. He was like, if I wanted to, I can have something done to you. I'm just like Dalvin over there looking like Tyrin. Please don't. Dalvin know I'm like finna like, and I'm like, but I'm not done. Like I told you, it's defense, right? So you gotta know your surroundings, know the energy, know the world. I look at the situation, the energy. I'm like, nah, it's not the right time to do nothing weird.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's terrible, man. That's a bad look for Suge right there, man. You tripping off of a Beezy, man. And what he said was lingering in your mind for 9 years. He said, I thought it was money over bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. Like, if you're a real one, man, the bra effing around on you, man, you ain't gonna want her anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody effing around on you, you know what I'm saying? Unless you gonna put her on the blade or something, you feel me? Shit, then she effing everybody, then shit, she get money for it. That's something else. But like, man, she effing around and she supposed to be for your personal, then, man, that's a whole different situation, man. Cut cut that BZ off, man. For real though, man. Yeah, man. Suge went outside on this one, man. For real though.
Tyrin Turner, who was in Menace to Society, and he spoke of a situation where he got J Prince, or J Prince came to him or whatever to help fix the situation between himself and Suge over a female. Do you remember if that ever happened, and if so, what it was about?
Well, see, the timelines don't match up to the female that I know. Timelines don't match up because he made it seem like this was like 2000 or less than it lingered on. That's Tyrin. And so I guess he always said Tupac trying to be Bishop, trying to be Kane, I think. Talking around it because I know who the female is and I know it's going to get her in the comment sections and being mad. But the time that I know happened during like that Suge and Tyrin had a problem behind the female. 95, 96, 90, 94, 95, something like that. Tyrin had Miss Chalet. And us not knowing that Suge obviously had something going on with Miss Chalet secretly.
Shit.
And so Tyrin, no. Tyrin. But I like the word he used recently where he said, I never had a fair one, or a fight that I initiated, which that makes sense. Because Tyrin know he got his ass whooped behind Miss Chalet.
Damn. So, man, it was about Miss Chalet, man. That's crazy, man. That's Dr. Dre broad, though. You know what I'm saying? He took her from Dr. Dre. Now he messed with her. Now he mad somebody messing with her. But then I ain't gonna lie, man, Miss Chalet too, man. There's pictures of her like rubbing on Pac and shit, man. You know, I think it's actually video, like she was rubbing Pac head and shit. You feel me? So, man, I don't know, man. Man, if he was ready to fight him over her, man, shit, maybe he was feeling some kind of way about Pac and her or something. Shit, I don't know, man. Shit. But yeah, man, for Suge to be tripping like that over a female though, man, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Have a fight with Napoleon from Tupac's group, the Outlaws.
One of my dearest friends to this day, right? So Dalvin's like a, he a ladies man, you know what I'm saying? He love, he love the women. So for some reason, he didn't ran across him and Muta, they kind of like dealing, smashing the same girl, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. So this don't have nothing to do with me at all. So I don't know if Mutar got his phone number. I don't know the full parameters. I don't know what happened, but they had words on the phone. So when I see you, it's on. Had that same energy. Woo woo, whatever. Woo woo woo. That Mutar was going to the same studio Dalvin going to. I didn't know that. So we get there, and we walking. Me, Dalvin, and then Mutar. I guess he walking or whatever, and I just hear somebody say, "This ain't no anybody can get it." I'm like, damn, anybody can get it. That mean me. You feel me? So the way I see it, this is the way I see it. Once he say that, I turn around and I do what I'm supposed. I feel like I did what I did me. So then at that point, I feel like I took off, and then they was like, no, let's go in the street. Cause I'm just, where I come from, I just feel like, man, like it's a problem. I just I want to take off. Like that's just, we know it's something, I'm taking off. You know what I mean? So we go in the middle of the street, it's kind of like a crowd, you know what I mean? So we get in the middle of the street,
One of them ones, huh?
and we get down. You know what I mean? We get down, I do my thing the way I do it, and for you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like I can fight. I'm not gonna say I won or lose, but I'm gonna tell the world this: I can actually fight. I can fight. So in my own way, I was fighting, and I was doing a good job at what I was doing. When the gun fall out, I see the gun. This could go all bad
Energy
now
change.
because this is different. There's a pistol involved.
What's that for?
I just want to get out and squab. Like, hey, the gunplay, like it, you know what I mean? But it was kind of like, this is where it needed to end. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of like, nah, I'm good. There was no winner in that situation. A fight, whatever. That's the whatever.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. The gun must have spooked them then, man. But yeah, if y'all was already fighting head up, then the gun just fell. That didn't mean that he was gonna pick up the gun and use that motherfucker. You feel me? Especially not with no damn crowd around. Man, the info definitely would have got out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think I don't think nobody had intentions of using no gun, you know what I'm saying? So I think the gun just spooked him after that. He was like, man, what's that for? You know what I'm saying? For real though, man.
The winner was that me and him fought like men. The winner was that no one was a sore loser. I don't want to say lost. I don't like that's not I didn't come here to say lost. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that I did what I had to do, and he was a man about what happened. That's all I can tell you. And I respect him, and he could have pushed the line and made it a lot more worse. That's what I'm saying. And he didn't do that. And that's why I really want to get a win to him.
You had a fight, bro. And that's a good dude, man. We became, you know what I mean? We respect each other, you know what I mean? But the fight, you know, we had a fight. We was in LA, and he was with Jodeci. And we had some words, you know what I mean? We had some words. It's probably can't go into what's the reason. It probably was something ignorant, but we was having some words together. And he was with Jodeci, a few there with Tyrin, you know what I mean? And we already had some words. So when I see him, and I'm strapped, you know what I mean? In LA, I used to keep a strap on me. So when I seen him, we started arguing. I was like, man, you an actor. Like, you can't, you know what I mean, man? This not been in society. Get out of here with that actor stuff.
Oh,
see, a lot of
man.
times people be thinking, because you see an individual on the movies or on television, we be thinking they soft. But Tyron really grew up in the hood, you know? So we started fighting. You know, Tyron is in shape. And this is the time I was overweight, drinking, and we fighting, bro. And I keep it 100. It was a good one, you know what I mean?
Man, that's what's up, man. It better been a good one for real though. I was saying, man, King old dog hood legends, man, for real though. So, man, I'm happy he put up a good fight though, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, man. They definitely part of the hype, man. You know what I'm saying? To be an old dog type nigga or a king type nigga, you feel me? For real though.
He surprised me, definitely. You know what I mean? Where he so while we fighting and it got to a point where we started wrestling when my gun fell out, I think that really shocked him because he paused. But I ain't gonna lie, Tyron, bro, after fighting him, I was like, yeah, I gotta stop drinking. That's what I realized. I said, boy, that drinking had me a little messed up. But respect to him. And after that, we spoke like men, and we respect each other.
Did spook him then.
In the 2000s, Tyron's career wouldn't see starting like he did in the 90s. He wouldn't land any big name roles, and this would lead to him being in many low budget films throughout the 2000s, like 2001's Flossin', 2003 Crime Partners, 2007 Rap Sheet, Hip Hop Cops, 2008 Night Tales, 2009 Day in the Life, and in 2010, he acted in Ghetto Stories, the movie, which was a film by rappers Webby and Lil Boosie. He would play both of their uncles. Also during this time, he did a lot of writing for his friend, Jamie Foxx, and did a lot of things behind the scenes. In the 2010s, Tyron acted in movies like Hillbilly, When a Woman's Fed Up, She Was Eve, Supremacy, and The Ghetto. In 2016 movie, Meet the Blacks, starring Mike Epps, Tyron would play his character Big Head Rico, reprising his role. And in 2017, Tyron acted in TV shows like Tales, In the Cut, and Blackish. In 2020, Tyron was on shows Sherman Showcase, as well as movies Fatal and Dutch. And in 2021, Tyron reprised his role again in Meet the Blacks 2 as Big Head Rico. Tyron is still writing and putting in work to this day behind the scenes. Even though his acting career didn't take off as much as he imagined, he still has some legendary roles and iconic parts.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good ass story right there, man. I enjoyed that, man. And yeah, man, at least he was living up to the role, man, with that fight with Napoleon, man. You know what I'm saying? So gotta salute him on that, man. He ain't make us look bad, cause man, like I was saying, man, in a lot of hoods, man, them niggas just legendary, man, just for them roles, man. You feel me? You know, sometimes when the movie's so good, we think them motherfuckers be the real people, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Suge was looking sad up in there, man. He was fighting over a female, man. I thought Suge was a player or something, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no player fighting over bees, man. If you a player, man, you supposed to have multiples, man. You feel me? Shit. Then, like, if you gonna be fighting niggas and you got multiples, nigga, you gonna be having hella fights, nigga. You gonna be looking goofy out there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, inspiring story though, man. It seemed like he's still going though, you know what I'm saying? I think Menace to Society definitely put him in like a different kind of category and shit. Wish he rode that wave though, man. Shit, he should have jumped in a bunch of gangster shit and played that crazy ass role, you know what I'm saying? But I think that one movie though just made niggas legendary anyway. If them niggas just did Menace to Society, them niggas would be legendary, man, for real though, man. That's how I see it, you feel me? Man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the Babe Bummer TV. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. Until next time, peace.